No need of so
like what are we like? Can you give the overview what exactly you're going to buy?
Sorry, can you come again?
No, I just want to know that what you're going to buy.
So basically, last week we just completed the while loop, for loop, then arrays, array programs we are writing. Basically, array programs we are writing. Those programs, so continue. So today also we are going to continue those programs. So a lot of array programs are there. So interview point of view, we are covering all the array programs. So today I'm going to cover how to sort an array. How can you sort an array? So that is the one program we are going to write. Sort an array in ascending order. So two things here. This logic you can use for other programs also. And sort an array in descending order. So this program also you can use for some other kind of interview programs. Same you can use. So you give the input to this array. It can be any order in the disorder, but it will arrange the elements in the ascending order. Ascending order means smallest element to lowest, biggest element, right? This has to go like that. So how you can arrange them in sorting order? How you can sort that? So let me show you with the two for loops we can achieve. For loop inside, you have to use a if condition. If condition inside, you have to use swapping logic. So how to swap with the third variable I have given very clearly in the methods time itself. That logic I'm going to use here again. So that's the program. Let's see. I'll just take an input from the the input is the parameter is number array you have to give. So that array will help you so to solve this. So write a program. To sort the given array in ascending order. How to sort it? So basically, you understand here the sorting is so how to sort that. So let's see that how can we do that. Basically, first you need to see first element and second element. So those two you compare. First element is greater than second element, you swap them. If not, don't swap, right? No need to swap. Okay, so that is the one we are going to do. Let's write this public. So void sort array in ascending order. Sort array in ascending order. You have to give input for the this method an array. Give the input an array. Print the array before sorting. What is the array? So print the array first. So before sorting arrays before sorting in ascending order. So array I'm printing because I have to see what are the elements, how the elements are arranged. So that is the one I am saying here. Just arrays class dot toString method you can use and pass the input. Array name you pass it. So elements will print in the array format. So now start the sorting logic. Iterate all the elements. Iterate. So all the array elements to compare. So elements. If you want to compare one by one, you have to iterate, right? So always starts with int I equal to 0. So I less than array dot length and I plus plus. So an inner for loop I am taking. So I have to compare the first array. This for loop will give you the one element. And the next element I need to get it, right? The next element iteration purpose, I'll use this one. So second for loop. So int j equal to I plus 1. That means the next element. So we have to I plus 1. So take the next element and j less than till the length. Till the length you iterate and j plus plus you do that. J plus plus. So now you check first element is greater than second element or not, you check it. Then only we can swap, right? Otherwise we don't need to swap. So, and array of I first element is greater than array of Z second element. If it is greater than that, first element is greater than second element, then swap it. That why? Because this small end should come to first, right? That's why you are swapping. How to write a swapping logic? So swapping logic need to be implemented here. So I'm implementing the swapping logic. Int temporary variable equal to num of I. Then num of j, sorry, num of I place, you put the num of j. The second element you place it. So copying, right? So right side value will copy to left side. So that's one. Num of j is equal to the temporary variable value. That's a swapping logic. Very simple. First element, so you are copying to temporary variable. Then second element you are copying to first element. And the temporary variable you are putting in the second variable position. So obviously this will be swapped and this will rotate for all the elements. Then, so print the after sorting array in descending order. Sorry, ascending order. Ascending order. So arrays. So you just print arrays dot toString and give this number available. See, after all for loops, this is the for loop ending here. So this is the last for loop ending here. And this is the second for loop ending. This is the if condition ending. So you can easily catch where, so this bracket started, ending, and you can see here, right? So that's how you can see that. Now, similar kind of program you can write for the descending order. So how you can sort the array in descending order? Nothing, everything same. Only here it will come less than symbol. That's it. Descending order means what? Bigger element to small element, right? So that's why any first element is smaller than second element, and you swap it. So that logic we need to implement. Almost a similar code. So I'll just copy paste and just change the wordings. That's it. It's very simple. The same logic you can use for other programs, like for example, you want to find out the second smallest element. Here is ascending order logic. Second smallest element. We found in the given array a small element in the given array and a big element in the given array. So direct to array you are reading. But if they ask you second smallest element you want, or a second largest element you want, how can you do that? That all these logics will help you. Okay, so very simple. And see our blog I have given very clearly. So please go and watch that. So second largest element, second smallest element, how to find in the given array. It's very, very simple that. Okay, so practice that also, and it will be very helpful for you. In descending order, iterate all the array elements to compare. Sorry, compare spelling mistake. So here you have to put less than symbol. That's it. Remaining everything similar. In descending order. Then the arrays. We can put comma. Then arrays. That's it. See that everything is similar. Only this less than symbol. First array element is less than second array element. Then you swap it. Swap means moving elements, right? Moving here and there. So that's the swapping logic, how it will help. So this is the one important program, and we need to take care of that. And another one. So I faced one interview question. Let me view this. This is a little bit complex program. A lot of complex programs they will give, but in the array, mainly in the array. Even sometimes if you are lucky, if you get a bigger element or a small element, duplicate element. So this kind of programs they will give. So we are lucky because we covered all of them. So sometimes they will give even we don't know how to solve that also. That kind of array programs they will give. So only in the array they will give very vast so kind of logics and bigger programs they will give. Even so my previous interview also they are given very, very complex array program. But it looks easy. So this loops only if you use, you can achieve that. But there is a tricky questions they will ask in that instance. So that's why we have to be very, very careful in the arrays. But sometimes we cannot help out. So don't worry. But these logics you understand so that you can answer any kind of interview questions on the arrays. So the next program, last program I'll write, but I don't want to confuse writing multiple programs. I want to so find out frequency of each element in the array, how frequently it is happening. So that's what we need to find out. So I need to find out the occurrence of each element in the array. So we can solve this by maintaining one array to store the counts of each element of the array and loop through the array and count the occurrence of each element as frequency and store it in another array. So two arrays we can take. One is to store the frequencies, and that elements you can store in the other array, if it is occurring more than one time. And then you can print that frequency. And let me give you the algorithmic. So what we can do, algorithm is nothing but just where to stop, right? Where to start and what is the next step. So first you initialize one array, then create a frequency array with the same length of initial array. And So you can set the whether that element is already visited or not. If you visited, no, set visited as a -1 initially, and then you iterate it. You iterate the array. So first array you iterate and set the count as a 1, and then iterate the second from the 2 for loops you have to use here. So 2 for loops you have to use, and the same logic I have written here, right? Here you will use equal to. Instead of this one, you will use equal to here. If array of first element is equal to second element, then increment the count. And so frequency of visited also, visited you can say that. And then if array of frequency array element is not equal to visited, then frequency element you assign to count. So then print all the frequency array elements. So one of them, and then you can close that. So this is the how you can steps you can write. So let me write this last program in the array. But later there are so many programs: right array, left rotate array, right rotate array. All these programs are there. But if you write multiple programs also, you will get confused. Just if you are curious, go to our blog. There are multiple programs, array programs are there. You can practice more. Okay, I'll give an array input. So otherwise, I won't take this because I'll write a program to find the frequency of each array element. Each element in given array. So how can you find out how frequently it is occurring? That means repeating, right? That you need to find out. For example, you take here this input. So 1, 2, 8, 3, 2, 2, 5, 1. See here, 1 is occurring twice, 2 is occurring thrice, 8 is one time, 3 is one time, 5 is one time only. So this is the occurrence, right? You have to find out this. So how many times it is occurring, each element. See, 1 is twice. So this you can do very easily, this kind of things with map concept. There is a collections map. But they will ask you need to do with the for loops. So this is the same question I got in the interview, a mixed interview. I got same question. So you need to print with, you need to iterate this and find out with the for loops only they asked. So I used a map concept, but they said, no, I want with for loops. How can you do with for loops? That's what they asked. So let's see all this logic as you mentioned. One by one step I will explain you. So even you can give the even large algorithmic steps also. So find the frequency. Find frequency of elements. So you give the, I thought of taking array in the inside. Okay, I'll take the array inside. So let's initialize the array. Okay, let's initialize the array. That's the first step. So this is the algorithmic steps means. Maybe if you want, I'll write a step 1. Step 1. So this is called algorithmic steps. So where you are starting, so that you have to give it here. So and I have to initialize the array, right? So here are equal to. So I can declare my array. So 1, 2, 8, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5, 1. So this is the one I initialize in my array. Then, so you step 2. So create frequency array of length array. Create frequency array of length. So this ARR length. So you have to give ARR length with ARR length, you create a frequency array. So create a frequency array. So that is also integer array. So frequency equal to new int. And this still elements are there because we have to keep these elements. The frequency elements, I'm going to keep it here in this array. So that the length is ARR dot length. So that's the same length I have to create. That's a step 2. Step 3. So these are the algorithmic steps. You can give these steps also. So you assign the visited variable with -1. So int visited equal to -1. That means not at visited. That's the meaning of visited equal to -1 means. Okay. Then you take the 2 for loops. Next step 4. So iterate the arrays. Iterate the array. So till last. You have to take same logic how I have written for the sorting. Same logic you will write it. You have to write a 2 for loops. So you have to take a 2 for loops. So write the 2 for loops. So that the 2 for loops you take and iterate that. So first for loop is int. Always array starts with 0 index, right? Int I equal to 0, I less than ARR dot length, and I plus plus. Then I will initialize the here another step you can write, initialize the count as a 1. So initially, first loop after the first element is already there, I'm assuming, and I'm assigning the count variable to 1. So initialize the count variable by 1. So give that int count equal to 1. I'm initially assuming that, yeah, okay, so whatever the element is coming, that is already counted. So that's why I'm initializing the count 1. Now you take the second for loop. Second for loop. Where is the second for loop? No, second element you have to compare, right? So j equal to I plus 1. So this is the second element. So this one I equal to 0 is the first element. So j equal to I plus 1 is the second element. So you have to compare, right? For comparison, this you have to take first element and second element. So that logic we are building out here. Same we did for the sorting also. And A++. Now you compare. So array first element. So how you can filter it out? So array of I is double equal to array of j. So the same program I have written one set for the element in the array. So if it is first element is equal to second element, so increment the count value by 1. Increment the count value by 1. So write that count plus plus. So next what you need to do is you have to avoid the counting same element again and again. Same element again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'll set the visited to fr of frj equal to visited. So here we visited one variable, right? That visited I will assign that. So then you can avoid the same element counting again and again. So that's the one logic. And then after this inner for loop, so what you need to do is you have to check if so frequency of array element is not equal to visited. If it is not visited, so what you can do is the count you do that. So frequency element equal to count. So that count you can put it. And then so display the frequency of each element present in that array. That's the one thing you have to do after this. So I'm going to display the frequency of each element present in the array. So I'll just put some. So just I'll just arrange this. Some design I'm putting. So element and frequency I'm putting. Okay. So next I'll do the same thing. So just a design we are keeping, and that below it will print all this because println your region, right? It will go now. So to print that, you can so take a for loop for iterating, right? One by one. Int I equal to 0, I less than frequency length you have to use here. So frequency length and I plus plus. So if frequency array of I is not visited, we can print this system.out.println. So print that array element. I'm just giving some space to array of I plus, and again space I'm giving and some pipe symbol I'm giving to separate that. This is the array element. Then the frequency I'm printing here. The frequency, if you want to print plus, so frequency of I, that I'm printing. So frequency is stored in the second array, right? So that's why the frequency will go there. So each element, so what is this array element? How many times this array element is occurring? I'm printing here. So the pipe symbol I'm separating. This is the element name, and this is how many times this element is occurring here. So that's what I separated here. Okay. Then, so I can print out some difference. You can give design. I'm just giving some design. So if you want, you can just take that. So this is how you can find out this after for loop. I'll put this. So otherwise it will come each iteration of this. I'll put it. So this is the complete program. How will it? What happened? Oh, duplicate already there. So we can use without. Let me take. Okay. Okay, so it will be okay. Let me see that. So we have to close this array here. So it will be over. And this extra we don't need. So now this for loop is ending here. And okay, yeah, that's fine. Now it's perfect, right? So it is going to work out. So let's call all these programs, and you can see now. So this is how these are the algorithmic steps, means one by one. So how you are solving your problem, you have to explain very clearly. And let me give this first sorting methods I'll call, and we'll see that. Even sorting you can do very easily with sort method of arrays class. So that also you can use. So now I'm going to use this sorting sequence of this random array. Random array I'm going to use. So AUG dot sort array in ascending order. I can use num array. So this is a random array, right? And same you can use AUG dot sort array in descending order. So maybe I'll use this one, okay? These are all exact, right? So I can give num1. So both are different arrays I'm giving. And then let's execute these two, how it is printing, you will understand. See, first before sorting in ascending order, so array 79, 65, 84, 14, 12, 14, 2. Ascending order means a small element to bigger element, right? So see, this is arranged. Small element, then little bit bigger and bigger until last max element. So if they ask you the biggest element or the second smallest element, you can do array of 2. You will get. And if they ask you, the second max element, second largest element, you can give this array of total length minus 2. If you do, you will get this one, right? So array dot length minus 2, if you do, you will get this one. So like this, you can get second largest, second smallest, any one you can do. Otherwise, easy way descending order. For example, if they ask you this one, but if you even descending order, if you do also, you will get it. So 9, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2. So this is the easy, right? You can find out second largest element, this one, array of 2. If you do descending order sort. So that's why, if you know this ascending order and descending order logics, and you can, based on this, you can write extra logic to find out the second largest element, second smallest element easy. So that I am giving it to you, the exercises. If you still face a problem, maybe you can go and watch our videos and you will get a better idea. Okay, so let's call last program sorting frequency of array elements. AUG dot find frequency of elements. So I think we will print the array. So did we print? No, we didn't print. So I'll print the array here. Okay, let's print the array. So before finding the frequency, so the array is, I'm just printing the array so that we'll come to know in the output in the console. So arrays dot toString. So you just give error. So it will print the array. Otherwise, if you don't give this arrays dot toString, this array won't print for you. So let's go and do that. See, so this is the array. 1 is coming twice. This is the element and this is the frequency, right? So element and frequency. Next is second element, right? Second element. See, a second element, how many times occurring? 2, 3 times. So that's what the frequency. Frequency we kept in the frequency array. Next, 8 is occurring 1 time. 3 is occurring 1 time. 5 is occurring 1 time. So this is the how each element we are finding out the frequency of that. Okay. Any questions? So this is how you need to print this. This is the interview question they asked me. Somehow I managed to write this. Okay, so this is all for loops only. For loops, and you're iterating that. So this is the one. You can find it out. But if you want to run in debug mode, you will come to know entire program. A bit complex programs will be there arrays, so don't worry. So by understanding step by step, you do that, it will be very easy. So 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, if you practice, so those programs will be very easy. Okay, so that's it. The last program I want to finish today, 2-dimensional array. So what is 2-dimensional array? There are so many programs are there, but we cannot cover everything. Let me give you last 2-dimensional array. Then I'll close it here with this array programs. Okay, I need to go to control structures, not here. Control structures. So go here and array 2-dimensional array. What is, now we have written a single dimensional array. Now we need to write a 2-dimensional array. So how to write a 2-dimensional array? So let me stop the recording so that you will also get it.